Good day, peoples. Here from Sama in Estonia. Just relaxing here by the river of the place where we stayed the previous night. Though we can't relax for too long because it's going to start to rain again. Well, as I was saying, trying to avoid the rain here, but so much for that. I enjoyed this peaceful little place by the river for a couple of nights here in the heart, the center of Estonia, rural Estonia. But we're moving on to the big city, the capital, Tallinn. But to be straight up, after staying in a place like this, I'm not really feeling it riding into a big city. But that's just how it is sometimes on the road. And maybe that feeling might also have something to do with good things coming to an end. So you're up for just a little bit longer? Well, if you want to bring her along, she's pretty nice though. But a little bit more northeast tip of the Baltic. Ready, Atlas? Ciao, nice wooden house by the river. And to the big city we go. Let's go. Oh, just look at those gray clouds up there. It's like we're in a pocket. We're surrounded by light right now. But all around it is these big rain clouds. I think we just might get out unscathed for now. If you end up in there, you're wet. Stork. Might have to sit this one out. Still find a better place to sit this one out. We're riding right into the cloud that I was warning about earlier. It's one of those days. I think this is the worst section, and then it will be over for most. Well, the worst will be. Yeah, you can get off. It's not really stable. Yeah, now it's good. Yeah, it's not perfect here, but hey, you gonna disappear in the bushes? You're like that Homer Simpson meme. You can walk backwards in a bush. Try it. Well, it's actually not bad, this spot, if you look all around you. Thank you, tree. I think she's onto something here. Hey neighbor, don't mind us bushes, we're just gonna chill here for 5 minutes, 10, who knows. You know, sometimes it's just one of those days, and today is the rainy day, so I have a hunch that we might be good after this one. I think that's about the worst of it, eh? My survival plan. And so we ride on to Tallinn. In that Baltic weather we got to know so well. Welcome to Tallinn, and boy is it windy. The last 60-70 kilometers getting close to this capital of Estonia. Yeah. It's busy, alright, in the city. How's it in the back there?
Still here?
Still here? Didn't get blown off? Holy damn, eh? It got windy, eh? The city here sits on the Gulf of Finland. And the Baltic land pretty much ends up here. And the sea bends around the top here to St. Petersburg. And out here in this city should be a Old medieval center. There we go. Which is pretty renowned, so they say. Uh-oh, I hear some people going. Cobblestones, terracotta cream colored facades, 2 3-story buildings. Any moment now he's gonna say it as he looks at the flag of Sweden up there and Ukraine. But he's gonna say it. Reminds me a bit of Lisbon. I think this might be the Russian embassy. It's like the only time I've ever seen a Russian flag up here in any country. So that's more suspect nowadays, but seems there's a lot of protest images here of what's going on with the war in Ukraine. Let's figure out where we're going. I know where we have to be. Now we just have to find a way there. Well, this is what they call a quaint town center, eh?
Quaint. Are we there?
No. There's Dutch people over there.
Really?
You glove?
Yeah, I created.
You shouldn't let them know.
Oh, okay.
Nou, dus voor de eerste keer een hele lange tijd.
Zijn jullie al even weg?
Like 5.
Oh, lekker.
Heerlijk. We hebben rondjes gemaakt.
Out here, we're only a stone throw away from the border with Russia, and not surprised to see this. I'm actually surprised that I hadn't seen it yet in other cities, but I think it's just because we just happened to pass the Russian embassy or a consulate. Not sure. But of course, the motor riders, they find the motor riders. Typical, huh? Yeah.
You're from Germany?
No, from Holland.
Dutch. I've been there, very strange country.
No, this country is normal.
But it's like more expensive. Estonia, Holland is more cheap.
Yeah.
Too many Dutch people are congregating here now. Other people recognized us, other Dutch people, so we gotta go.
Ja.
Well, my pleasure.
Hey, goede reis, hè?
Good travels.
Ja.
Hi, thanks, you guys too. It must be, by the way, one of the most relaxing countries to Estonia, to walk around with a camera like this.
Ja.
If you were in Barcelona or Paris, oh man. Hey, take it easy. Ciao. Ja, dat kan.
Shit happens, man.
Doei. Are we allowed to be around here actually? Did you? Oh, we're not allowed to go in there. But did you see a forbidden sign? No, right? No, right? Then we are right here. There we can't. This looks free game because we always got to do a little bit of motor sightseeing first. There you can't go. Well, that was a case of the more people are around, the higher your chance becomes to meeting other Dutch people. The law of Dutchies beyond borders. And here we're back in modernity, where we're going to find that place we're going to spend the night. See, I think they have a check-in situation here. I haven't seen that in a while. Yes. Push.
Ride with me.
Big bistro, no? Quite an exotic plate. Yeah, these smaller cams are getting popular, right? No, it's Indonesia. Ah, that's why it was so familiar. Well, Atlas, you won't be alone at least. An actual hotel, eh? That's been a while. Oh, well, rest your windy, wet head. Oh, we've all dried up by now.
Yeah, that's dry.
Yeah, just rest our windy
It's
heads.
The excellent wet.
You got a massive window. Whoa! That's the biggest window I've ever seen. That opens up. A very flowery reception here in Tallinn so far. This is where you walk into the old city center. So of course, since we're in another Baltic country, history repeats itself. And like its southern neighbor Latvia, Estonia has a very similar history. Well, not to repeat myself too much then. It starts out with some Vikings around the place. Then someone in Rome decides, those bloody heathens, there's not enough Jesus there. And some heavy-handed persuasion gets sent this way. But of course, there's also Vikings Part 2, where they come back as the Nordics. And you have a bit of the Danes around here for a while. And then came the Swedes again, believe it or not. Until the Russians decided, hey, wait a minute, we've had enough of you Swedes. And they took over. And that lasted about 200 years. And then of course, like in so many other European history books, someone got shot in Austria-Hungary, and so the Germans came, to which the Russians reacted like, no way, man, we don't want that. So they ran away, and it was in that time that a little space opened up between two superpowers of the region, and the people here, Estonians, decided, we want our own country again, please. That's around 1918. And so they declared their independence. But that's when the real struggle kicked off, because the Germans had sold a lot of copies of their very popular hip book to Russia, and all of a sudden they became Bolsheviks, and they came back to Estonia and tried to establish dominance here, take over the place. But the Estonians, they weren't having it. And like their brothers down in Latvia, they were good for a while, until of course, as is tradition, World War II kicked off, and hey, there were Germans again here, and hey, there were Russians again here, better known after their rebranding as the Soviet Union. And they decided to stick around for a few decades, and gone was that relatively fresh Estonian independence. And then over time, as someone declared himself a Berliner, and some guy named Gorbachev tore down a wall, the Cold War ended. And all of a sudden, it was almost the 90s. And that is when Estonia escaped the clutches of the Soviet Union, which was fallen apart. And ever since, until now, the country has enjoyed their freedom and has been really prospering. And like I mentioned before, it's a bit of the odd one out, if I may believe. It's two southern brothers, Latvia and Lithuania. And you can see it in the names here. I get a more Scandinavian feeling about them. They play around a lot with their O's and U's, like in Finland. And, you know, Helsinki is, I think, closer than Riga up here. Yeah, it's only a stone's throw away pretty much across the pond. So here we are on the northern edge of the Baltic region. And this is the end. We set out to explore the Baltics, and now we reached the uppermost point, and we commenced the big turnaround on our way back to the Netherlands. A lot of people have asked me, are you going all the way up into Scandinavia? Check out North Cape. It's one of the main destinations for any motorcycle rider when you're out there in Europe. And I always had that in the back of my head to do one day. But I had a completer picture of it, which included Russia, which included Moscow, St. Petersburg, and what was it? The northwestern part of Russia, Murmansk. To give it a little bit of that extra spice to ride, because I've always wanted to go back. But as the journey progressed, and I expected it a bit also, that turned out not to be possible due to the current circumstances, which I don't have to elaborate on. If we'd cross into Scandinavia, I'd be riding in Western, extremely organized countries again. And that being said, of course, those free countries up north have a lot of natural beauty. I've learned that it's not really the Western places that attract me, where I enjoy to ride. So no Scandi ride, but we might still hug the northern coast of the Bay or Gulf of Finland, as it's called, to the Russian border. In there you could almost touch St. Petersburg. So from here on the northern tip of the Baltics, I say goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.